Hello my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM21 and our Project Black Sea series. I forgot what I was even introducing them for some silly reason. Linked above my friends' last episode. That was the end of season, I can't remember, 6 I think, and this is the start of season 7 I think. I don't know, I'm so lost. I really am. I'm so lost at what season we're even playing. I'll check all that in a moment, my friends. But yes, we've got lots of stuff to get through today. We're going to be playing some qualifying games in the Champions League, as well as the transfer biz, the season preview, all that stuff. So I'm not going to waffle too much right now. We're going to jump in and do this. So come on, come with me. Let's have a good time. So first and foremost, we're going to talk transfers, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's always the smartest place to begin in a brand new season. And we've got some really good business done this year, in my opinion. Some really good business done. Some money spent. Some money that the board are not enjoying being spent. But don't give me 25 million to spend and then not expect me to spend the money. It doesn't really make sense to me. Players going out we're going to tackle first. So we are going to have to head back because it doesn't update straight away. But obviously I did say at the end of last episode that there would be a couple of departures that people would might be a bit shocked at or not quite too pleased about. But Oleg Dimitrov did leave the football club for 425k. Could go up to 525k. So that's good stuff. He's worth a lot more than that for the club that he's playing for. But that is to be expected. He's on bigger wages there. We wish him well. And Radislav Zhivkov as well has gone to Russia and he's playing for Torpedo now. We've got 1.5 million for him. He was only worth about that. He was in the last year of his deal, so it made sense basically to just like let him move on and let him go. He is a legend. He is a legend though in my eyes, and I think when we get to the end of this series, I want to attempt to do like my favourite 11, and I can already tell you I think Zhivkov's going to be in there. But let's move on over to the rest of the transfer business. Let me talk you through players going out and whatnot. As I said, there were going to be lots of players exiting the football club that were probably youngsters that weren't going to develop any further. And that has happened, ladies and gents. You're going to see that Mitov has gone for 650k. He's worth so much more money to the club he's gone to. But 650k was good money because I think he was only worth about 320k or something. So we doubled our money basically. And he came through the academy. So it's a win. Whatever happens, that's a win, that fee. For me. So yeah, we got good money for him. He obviously played a few games for us, but he just never pulled up any trees. He was just never really got to the level I wanted him to get to. Alexander Ivanov is a youngster who's gone out for a little bit of money. Penchev's left. Penchev was one that was like expected to go on and be really good, but looking at those attributes, I can't see it personally. I don't think he's ever going to reach the levels that are expected. Dimitrov's gone as well, another one who's just not very good, so we got a bit of money for him. And then a load of players have gone out on loan. So you're going to see Bogdan's gone out on loan. We bought him in last season. He's not really going to play this year because I'm trying to bring in some very good right-sided players. So we've let him go out on loan because I want him to develop, because I do think he could be very good. So he's gone out on loan. Magnussen's gone out on loan because we are a bit overloaded at centre-back, to be honest with you, so I've let him go out on loan. We have got Milkov has gone out on loan because he's another youngster I really want to keep trying to develop, because I do think his attributes look pretty good across the board, to be honest. Veselinov, he played a couple of times last season, but I've let him go out on loan this year because I again want his development to continue, because we're slowly bringing in better players. Stankov's gone out on loan. I've offered him like another little contract, but he's 20 years of age, and the only reason really I think I'm clutching with Stankov is because he pulled us through this year, didn't he, where he got those 6 goals in the last 7 games or whatever it was. And I think it's more of just like an attachment for what he did. But I think we'll give him this one more loan season and then see what happens at the end of the year. Oliver Spakowski, he's gone out on loan again because another one whose development I don't want to stifle keeping him at the football club. And Ivo Bogdanov has gone out on loan. He's a striker that came through the academy. That's, big things are expected of him. So I've let him go out on loan to try to get some first team experience. So let's take a look at the players that we've bought in. Every single one of these players, in my opinion, is very good. They're good for now and they're good for the future. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I think I've done well, and a couple of them I've bought for like literally next to no money, and they're bloody good. So this is the striker that is replacing Zhivkov, basically. This is Damier Zakanovich. He is a Serbian striker. Now, Serbia have just joined the EU, so it means that foreign player restriction that we had has disappeared, so we can sign as many Serbians as we want. I was on the verge of selling Mijanovic as a result of that issue, because he obviously ticked one of those boxes and it was an issue. So I think we can now get around that, my friends, which is very, very good. And as you can see, Zakanovich, very, very good. He can play advanced forward. That is the role he's going to be playing. Obviously, we'd like him to be a bit quicker, but I'm not all that bothered. Like, actually, like, if you're looking at him, free kicks, he's going to be good at set pieces as well. It's just a bonus. His finishing's good, composure's pretty good as well. If we could get his work rate up a little bit, I think he could be a very good explosive striker for us. And he's cost no money. It's a free transfer. How have we got this player for free? He was at Red Star and never really did anything at Red Star, which surprises me. We have, of course, already played some games. If you do see the games played, I like to start the season early, don't I now, gang? Padraig Corcoran, I should say, is an Irish attacking midfielder. Can play in the midfield as well. I like the fact that we can utilise that, and he can play in a couple of positions. But he's cost 10k, and he looks good, doesn't he? He looks really good, doesn't he? And basically, he's come in because I think we're going to lose Gagliardi eventually. Gagliardi, there's some big clubs that are interested in Gagliardi, and I think he's going to be lost eventually. And I think we need to start looking at some other attacking midfield options. So that's why I've bought him in. He, like I say, he's cost no money, and he can jump in the league and play some games. He has played some games, and he's been pretty good for us. So I'm pretty happy with his signing already. And I think he's going to be a good addition this season. Then we get to the point where we start to spend a bit of money. Now, Kalin, I'm not entirely sure how we pronounce that surname. Kuiken is what I'm going to go with. But if there's any Romanians out there that watch the channel, feel free to get in touch and let me know how to pronounce that properly. But Kalin Kuiken is how I'm going to pronounce it. He's a left back. Now, we needed a proper backup left back to Tasev. We needed to do that. I think Tasev is going to go on and be a really good player. He's being capped by Bulgaria now, regular in the international team. His attributes defensively, Tasev's, are not great, so that's why I've brought in a player who's a bit better, basically. I think we just needed a player that was going to be able to come in. Now, obviously, his potential's not as high as I would like it to be, but I just think across the board right now, he's very, very good. I think he's well-rounded. He's played a couple of games and he's done well. And he hasn't cost us a lot of money, and I think that's the big thing. 325k, could go up to 625. He's just top notch. I like him. I think he's a good player. I think he's just another really solid addition. I am looking at players still. Like, these are not just it. This isn't just going to be it. I do think I'm going to need a bit more than this. And then this one is a big signing. It's a lot of money spent. 8 million it could go up to, 3.5 million up front, but there was some huge clubs interested in this player. I'm talking massive. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, but I got in there early basically with my bid, and they said okay, and he wanted to join, and I was surprised at. He's the highest paid player at the football club on £6,000 a week. But that's not really a surprise. And he's a fullback. Now, obviously, we play fullback support. And I know a lot of you are going to go, but you've got Mijanovic. You need options. You've got to have options. You've got to have a very strong squad, especially as you're trying to build towards Champions League and being competitive in the Champions League. And I just thought this was a player who was too good for us not to go in for, even at the money that we've spent. He's already worth a lot more than we've spent. He's worth 4.6 million. There's no minimum fee release clause either, which is mad to me considering the teams that are interested in him. But it could go up to £9,000 a week with some international appearances, so his wages could go up. They could go through the roof, to be fair. But we've got a massive wage budget now. We're making good money because we've been qualifying for the Champions League, and I think that's what we have to remember. But just take the player in. You can see he is top notch, especially his mental and his physical attributes are just so good. He could play midfield. I genuinely think he could play centre mid. We don't need any more centre mids though, but I do genuinely think he could play centre mid. And I just think it's another really good signing. Now, I have got another bid in, and I can tell you right now, he isn't going to come to us. I activated his minimum free release clause. Now, I'm going to throw it out there. I don't think he's worth £17 million. I don't. I just don't think he's worth that money. His mentals and his physicals are head and shoulders above that of Topazov's. I think we can all agree on that. But I don't think his technicals are. But because there was bids in for him, I had to go with the minimum fee. He's going to go to Barcelona. They're the other team that have bid. Porto, not Barca. Porto. They're the other team that have bid. So I think he's going to go. I don't think he's going to come to us. So yeah, we're just going to... There's a bid. It ain't coming off. And if we did spend that sort of money on him, I think the board would have issues as well. So yeah, that's the transfer business. Let's head over to the fixtures. So lots of fixtures have been played this year. I felt the need to just play through some of the Champions League stuff because they were teams we should be beating. And if you're looking at some of the score lines, it got out of hand. All right, it has got out of hand. We scored lots of goals already this year. But the friendlies went really well. Smashed all those teams. We played Mulby in the first qualifying round. I think that the league has taken a bit of a drop off in the ranking, and so we're back into the first qualifying round this year. So a 5-0 win in the first leg. Clicking, Cruzado with a brace, Lesko, Rusanov. Easy, routine win. Then we came up against Levski Sofia in the league. 4-0. Clicking and Zakanovich with a brace in that game. Routine. 2-2 draw against Mulby in the second leg. Really surprising. It does have to be said. They got themselves an 89th minute equaliser. We were 2-0 up in 8 minutes. I thought it was going to be another rout, but we just fell asleep, basically. It was a heavily rotated team, though. I will say that. Then we come up against Lokomotiv Plovdiv, 1-0 win. Padrag Kukoran with the goal. Lovely stuff from him. Then we come up against Bate Bodasov, where are they from? I need to click on them now. Belarus, that was it. And 12-0. 12-0. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Damianov got 6 goals. The left winger got 6 goals. Kostov got a hat-trick. Alessandro got 1. And Ivanov got a brace. Oh, mental. Absolutely mental. Then we come up against Lokomotiv Sofia. 3-1 win in this one. You'll see Topazov, Kulkoran and Clicking with the goals. It was 2-1. They had a man sent off and pure domination after that. Then we come up against Borisov again. 8-0 away from home. 20-0 on aggregate. Mental. Kulkoran got 1. D'Alessandro, Topazov, Damianov, Ivanov got 4. Mad. And then we came up against Botev Plovdiv, 3-1 in the Super Cup. Zakanovich, Kostov and Yankov with the goals. Dominant. Unbelievable. We've scored so many goals already this season. I can't believe it, to be honest with you. So let's take a look at this league table so you can see what's going on here. So we've played 3 already, 3 wins, 9 points on the board. And I'm wondering if we're going to have a better season this year than we did last year. Remember, 3 draws last season, and they were the only points that we dropped. So can we go on and do even better this year? It'd be really interesting to see if we can. If we take a look at the season preview, we've been made favourites to win the league 11-8. Ludogorets, for whatever reason, Ludogorets are always second or first, even though they are trash these days. They are not a very good outfit. And you will see lots of our players have made it into the Media's Dream 11. Tasev at left back, Cruzado, Duzal, the new signing at right back. We've got D'Alessandro in the midfield, Clicking, and Zakanovich on the wing. Zakanovich isn't a winger, but it's not just nice to see so many of the players in there, basically. And we are obviously one of the higher spenders, this year. And Ludogorets are always seem to be selling off their best players now because they're not making it into Europe. So they're having to balance the books. But I think it's going to be another really good domestic season. And I think we are going to dominate. Now, one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show you my manager profile. Our contract's up in 2030, so I was saying 2 years last episode, it's 3 years. Whether or not we're going to stay here for 3 years really depends on how we do in the Champions League this season and next season. We have to now start making inroads in that year, in that competition. I think the last 3 years made it to the group stage, which is great. Last year we got our first win, which I think is progress. But now we have to be going on to the next step. We have to be aiming for third place. And if we can't do that over the next couple of seasons, think we might have to think about potentially looking at big clubs to move to. Now, what I've started doing is I've started following the big clubs. So what you can do is you can get news articles from some of the big clubs so that if the jobs become available, then we can go in. And so like I've started following the likes of Shakhtar Donetsk, Dynamo Kiev, Spartak Moscow, Zenit, all of the big clubs in Russia, Ukraine, Turkey. So I've Fenerbahce, Besiktas. So basically all the leagues that are higher ranked above us, essentially. I would love to do this. I would love to complete this series with Litex. That's what I want to do, but there's no guarantees we're going to be able to make it to a Champions League final. We have to not only build the club, we have to build the league, and we have to build the country's coefficient, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. So we're just going to continue on. You won't be able to see it because it's hidden behind my cam, but I've actually managed 300 games at Litex now, 205 wins. Mental stat. Now, what I wanted to do was show you the job history. I wanted to show you what we've basically been doing. So I haven't actually won the Manager of the Year award for the last 2 seasons in the league, which is really surprising, but it actually has gone to managers that were managing teams that potentially shouldn't have stayed up and things like that. So it is quite nice, but this is what I'm showing you. Look, the domination domestically is that we are doing the treble every year, and just look at this. It's just amazing. 11th that first year up, then 4th, and then since then we've been winning it. It's just it really is amazing, like what we've turned this little Litex team into. Now, I should have explained what we're going to do today's episode. We're going to be playing Red Star over 2 legs. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to get into that right now, my friends. So let's head on over to the team sheet. And let me show you who I'm going to be starting in the game against Red Star. Obviously, lots of rotation going on. Gagliardi, Malinov are injured at the moment. Pozguy's coming back from a knock. So, yeah, we are without a couple of very good players. But we've got a good team now, a very well-rounded team. Andanov is turning into a very, very consistent centre-back. Marjanovic and Dozal, right back. Good rotation there. I could say the same about Koiken and Tasev on the left. Klickin's turning into an amazing left winger. Topazov, as we all know, is a very good player. D'Alessandro is going to be a constant this year, and Kostov up top, I have lots and lots of faith in. But if he falls off, we have a brilliant second striker now to bring on. So I think we are set, my friends, for another fantastic season. So this is the team we're going to go with. We're going to go Petrov in goal, Marjanovic right back, Tasev left back, Krasado, Andanov at centre back, Yankov, D'Alessandro are going to play in the midfield together, Klickin and Topazov on the wings, Kulkoran's going to play through the middle, and Kostov up top. So here we go, my friends. As I've already said, big game against Red Star. This one, we have to make sure that we continue pushing through and getting past these teams in the qualifying stages. It's going to be a tough game, I think. I do think it's going to be a very tough game. But let's just see what happens. Even Steven, really, in that first 10 minutes. I would say they're probably a similar size to us in their sort of in their league. So I'm really not sure what to make of this, but when you look at, if you think about it, Zakanovich has come from Red Star, so if that's the level of player that they're producing, then you can kind of see where they're at. But Yankov now on the ball, now into Klickin, down the wing, into Kostov. It's a really good ball in. Oh, we've hit the post. We've hit the post so early on. Oh, what a ball that was from Kostov. I love that little ball down the line. He followed it on. We used the channels well. And you know what? From what I've seen this season, the team is at its best. Like quality-wise, the team is so good. It's definitely at its best now. The likes of D'Alessandro now are starting to really boss that midfield for us. And I know he's playing next to Yankov, which is crazy. Who is still at the club and still doing absolute bits. But yeah, the likes of Topazov that have come through, Andanov, it's just incredible, really, the talent that we've got at the football club. First half is probably going to come to its end, and it's 0-0, and I would have liked a goal. They've picked up some cards, though. And, not the worst first half. Lots of chances carved out, but we're just going to tell the boys to be better, basically, in the second half, and get back out there and get the job done. Might have to make some changes sooner rather than later, just because of energy levels and things like that. We've got to keep an eye on that sort of stuff this season. 55 and still no goals. Kokorin, Kostov not having the best of games. Yankov not having the greatest of games either. But Kostov's going to be the first to make way. Zakanovich and Ivanov's going to come on for Kokorin. Ivanov is still here. I said at the end of last season he might go, but he is still here. I'm going to go attacking. I'm going to try and put the pressure on now as Ivanov. It's a lovely ball to switch to play into Topazov. Where's he going to go? That's going to be a penalty. Do you know what? I could sort of see what was going to happen there. And a penalty's given, and it is going to be Topazov stepping up, who takes him now in place of Iradi, and he puts it away. Bottom left-hand corner. You don't save them, and we'll just revert back to positive, ladies and gents, because I don't want to leave us too stretched in the game. We just need to get the job done, basically. Take a win away from home. And hope we can grab an away goal or two and get it finished. Damianov's going to come on for clicking for the final 15. He's been very good in the Champions League qualifying phases for us. So I think it's only fair to bring him in. We've dominated it. If you're looking at this on a statistical basis, we've dominated the game. But just haven't done so on the scoreline as Topazov now comes down the right. That's a lovely ball into the box. Damianov's going to pick up. Second ball. That's into Yankov. Back to Damian. Oh, what a header from Topazov. 5th goal of the season. And once again, the young man from Bulgaria is on fire. He is playing out of his skin for us at the minute. They've had one shot, Red Star. They've been terrible. They've been terrible. They really have. And there was me saying earlier on in this game that we are on the similar level. But I don't think we are. But they're going to come forward now. Topazov doesn't win the ball back. It's good stuff from them. They've still got the ball. It's very slow. It's a bit too patient. Oh, they're in. No, they've had a shot. It goes wide. I think Petrov had it covered anyway. 4 minutes added on. Job done in the first leg, ladies and gents. Happy days. We move on to the second. So that was a very good first leg, a solid 2-0 win. I'm very happy about it. So we now move on into the next one and we try to get the jobby done. I'm hoping we do. Really, we are sort of head and shoulders. Zakanovich is actually going to be playing against his old team now, as we are going to be starting him up top. I've rotated the team once again. So we're going to go with Petrov in goal this time. Koiken and Duzel at fullback. Cruzado and Anova going to play centre-back. Yankov and Alessandro in the midfield again, clicking Topazov's on the wing, Ivanov through the middle, and Zakanovich up top. Let's get ourselves into that next round. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another day at the office, another game to be played. 2-0, obviously we lead on aggregate, which is lovely stuff. Very early free kick here to Red Star though. They're going to have to go for it, aren't they, in this second leg. They were well and truly dominated in the first game. And they are trying to build something here in the opening minutes of the game. Oh, there we go. I was about to say they're not really going anywhere, and then a ball comes in and they've put that in the back of the net inside the first 2 minutes. That's a terrible, terrible bit of defending from us. Really, really poor. We picked up a yellow card in the first minute. Right, throw in now. Dozel, nothing's come of it. Back to D'Alessandro. Into Yankov. Ball over the top. Oh, Zakanovich's touch wasn't great, but it's out to Topazov. Ball in, and nothing comes of it. D'Alessandro, header, saved. Oh, the chance was there. The chance was there to go and score a goal. And I'm going to be honest, it is squeaky bum time with it being 2-1. Here we go. That's brilliant. It was good play until that ball from Topazov. He's just tried to force the issue. If that had been Kostov up top, I could have seen it. Click in. Not to be. Good save from the keeper. But we are creating chances now, but we're also picking up them cards, aren't we? Which I do worry about. I really worry about the cards. 20 minutes gone in the game, and I'd say we're on top. Statistically, not possession-wise, which is a surprise. We usually dominate the possession in most games that we play in, but It's not to be the case in this one. But 6 shots, 3 on target. Free kick, clicking with it. It's just a nothing free kick. You got to force the issue there. Keeper's come out, dominated it. And they've tried to go quick and long, and that's not come off for them. Right, Topazov into D'Alessandro, who is tackled back to him though. Ivanov into D'Alessandro, now Topazov. And I don't know what Topazov's tried there. I don't know what he's tried. And they're going to come at us. That's a good ball. That's a good touch. And they're in. And it's 2-2. And that all came from Topazov's awful ball. And I am going to berate the boys because it has been sloppy. We've let them back in after the domination of the first leg. We've let them back in. And it isn't good enough. It really, really has not been good enough. Wow. They've been so much better. I wasn't expecting this. They had 2 shots in that first leg. And so as you can imagine, I wasn't expecting this. Topazov, ball over the top into Zakanovich. And his shot is soft, but it forces a really tough save out of the keeper. And they're going to go quick. And that's going to be won by Andanov. Good stuff. D'Alessandro into Yankov. He's going to drive through. Zakanovich! Oh, it's a great save. It's a great save. Zakanovich just wants to score against his old team. Ball in. Nothing comes of it. We're going to get to half time. It's going to be 2-0 to the hosts. Ooh, dearie me. I'm worried. I'm worried for the first time in a long time in one of these qualifying games because it's important that we make it to the group stages. I'm going to come down on the team. It's just as simple as that. There's no other thing for it. And we're going to make a change at half time. Zakanovich for Kostov. And we'll try to use the pace. Zakanovich wasn't bad. He had a couple of chances, but he hasn't got the pace that Kostov has. So we'll go with the pace. Koiken into clicking. Ball in. It's a great ball! And Kostov scores! There's no assist registered, so I'm going to assume that the defender dealt with it, but it fell to Kostov. And the poacher in him puts it away. That is a brilliant finish. It's an away goal. So even if they go and grab a third now and it ends 3-3 on aggregate, we go through. So that is a lifeline right now because we were not good in that first half. Ivanov's going to come off for Corcoran. That's the only change we're going to make at this point. We do have a long way to go, and I can see that Topes, D'Alessandro, Crosado, Andanov are all struggling really for their energy levels. 70 minutes on the clock. D'Alessandro's going to come off. Pozgai on. I think that's a smart change for us to make right now. Right, Corcoran. Oh, he tried to drive through the midfield. Nothing comes of it. They are going to try to break forward. Tedic now passes back. Good ball, but dealt with. Dozel into Yankov. Come on. Yankov's got so much more ability than we knew because we were playing him as a ball-winning midfielder. Now he plays box-to-box. He's so good. That's going to go for a corner. I'm going to ignore that. I can't make any more changes. I've made the 3 now. Ball in. Header over the bar. It was a good opportunity. Just see it out. That's all we need to do. Just need to see this out, and then it's happy days, and we ain't got to worry too much. But it's been a tentative old fixture, this one. Corner, headed away. Come on, win the ball. Don't let him recycle. Pozgai does into Kostov. Now Yankov, got to go left. He does. He uses clicking. He's got the pace. He's going to drive down the wing. Keeps going, and then he tries to win the... Oh, you are joking me. He's been sent off for that. Oh, we're going to have to go flat 4-4-2. I can't make any changes. So, Corcoran's just going to have to play left wing. We'll go defensive, and I hope we can see the game out. I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised Clicking's been sent off for that. It was an honest challenge to try and win the ball back, and... yeah, he's been punished for it. And, oh, Pozguy's in. Pozguy's through. He doesn't really have the pace to get away from anyone. Oh, it's an awful bloody shot. You could see that was rabbit in the headlights stuff, wasn't it, for Pozguy? He's so not used to being that far forward. It was a brilliant challenge to win the ball. And, he's right-footed. Why did he go left? That don't make sense to me. Good header out. Kostov now. And Kostov has been fouled. And they're going to go down to 10 men. And so we can come off of being defensive. Free kick, Pozguy with it. Good free kick, headed away. Oh no, are they going to break? They're going to break. It's free on three. He's in, and it's a good save from Petrov. Oh my God, 5 minutes added on. Can we just get this game done? We're headed out by Corcoran, who's picked up a knock. Oh my God. Yes! Thank fuck it's over. Okay, my friends, so we find ourselves at the fixtures screen. A 2-1 defeat. Not ideal. I'm going to be honest with you, not ideal at all. We were off the pace, weren't we? And clicking sending off. Not ideal either, especially as we're going to be playing Michelin in the next round of the competition. And they're not going to be easy. They're really not. And that's a big playoff game for us. I'd say that's one of the harder playoff games we probably had for a long, long time. And I'm actually a little worried that we might not make it into the group stages. I am bricking it. Michelin have a couple of really good players. I've had a look at the team and they look tough. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring it back for that game, basically. I think we'll come back for that double header against Michelin. And then once we get past them, it'll be group stage draw. I'm very confident, and I saying once we get past them, no guarantees. Imagine we don't. Jesus Christ. We'll be going backwards if we can't make it into the group stages. But that's what we'll do next episode, my friends. We did play Habar. I didn't talk about that, but we did play Habar. We got a 2-1 win against them. Topazov with a brace in the fixture. And so the league table looks like this. 4 played, 4 wins and 12 points on the board. Lovely start to the season, and we'll just carry on pushing on and going from there, my friends. But that is another episode in the books. So there you have it, my friends. We're done and dusted for another episode of this wonderful little series. I do hope you've enjoyed it, my friends. A bit 50-50 today, though, got to be honest. And I'm not entirely 100% confident for the next couple of games. But join me next episode to see if we can make the group stages once again. But until then, my friends, please consider hitting that subscribe button and supporting the channel. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. But until next time, I salute you all, as I always do. Stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you on the next one.